Hello and welcome back to Robinsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please like and comment and subscribe and share. You're welcome to comment on this video, but it's actually the next video that's going to enter you into the giveaway contest, just to be clear. But I'd love to hear from you now if you want to say something now. So I have been feeling a certain lack of confidence about, am I choosing the right colors? Am I choosing the right paper? Am I choosing the right design methods? Am I going to do this correctly? And I'm happy to say that I'm feeling a whole lot more confident. And one of the things that makes me confident is I have finally, there were so many choices for how to do the cover of my Cracker Box journal here. And I mean, I had watercolor paper and I had the little feathery watercolor paper that you blow with a straw, and I had acrylic painted paper, and I had color copies of spray inked paper and stenciled paper, and it just went on, and I was having the hardest time. Finally, in the last few days, I made about a dozen acrylic painted and stenciled paper, and I finally came up with a really beautiful piece to be the front and back covers of this giveaway book. So just to show you, this is it. This is a huge, I think, pretty sure this is 11 by 17. So actually, I'm going to cut it right down. I think you can see that there's sort of a right and left half. So I'm going to cut it right down the center, and I don't need all of this space. I need about that much space. So there's going to be some cutoff stuff around the edges. But isn't this pretty? I really like it. There's something about the subtlety of this. And actually, I can tell you how I did this. So I did a paper cut. I'm sure you can tell that. First, I painted the paper in this mix of 3 different, I believe it's tones of blue. There's a very dark blue, there's sort of a medium blue, and no, I lied. Actually, there were 2 blues. There was sort of a darker and a lighter version, a darker and a lighter version of this turquoisey color. And then there was also some white when I was doing the stamps, the stenciling. So actually what I did was, this shape here is the stencil, right? And I had put it down on a bunch of the other papers, and I realized that there was a lot of ink on the stencil. So I took the stencil and flipped it upside down and kind of rubbed it into another one of these blue painted papers. And I just think it's delicious. It is it's sort of subtle, but there's that whole thing about the top, the symmetry of paper cuts that I just love, and I think is exquisitely beautiful. I realize that nature is not necessarily symmetrical, but yes, in my human way, I love making these paper cuts that are symmetrical. There's such an order. I feel relaxed looking at this. So I hope whoever the recipient of this journal is appreciates my choice, and Yeah, this was all for you. So it was really fun to play for a couple of days, doing all the layers and letting them dry, and doing the stencils and letting them dry. And I think this is a great choice. So I am feeling happy and confident. So once I had that done, I knew that I wanted to use all of my own hand-drawn papers, and I wanted to use some of my manifesto paper that I had written for you, dear recipient. And so I have like, I don't know, 50 of these pages that I've done that have just decorations that are fun to color, that have lines, and also decorations that are tracings of paper cuts. Again, the symmetry knocks me out. That are symbols that I like very much, and I hope you do too. That are paper cuts that just worked out beautifully. So, ooh, the courage and laughter. There's another one like that too. Strength and I think it's hope on the other side. Yeah, no, strength and believe. So I'll get these organized. There are going to be 2 different signatures. So the other kinds of papers that I want in the signatures portion of this book. And actually, now that I'm feeling this in my hand, I might add a few more papers. So I wanted to do some blue decorated pages in the signatures. So this is going to be one of them. And I have lots and lots of these too. This is going to be another one. And this one is a wonderful, wonderful paper. I love it. See this turquoisey part here? That's the first layer of spray inked paper cut. And then the second layer is this sort of dark teal color. And the third layer is this almost purpley blue. So there are 3, count them, 3 layers of paper cuts. And I'm not sure, maybe I was just stacking them up and I thought, oh, that's kind of a cool effect. But it is a cool effect, right? So here is a border paper cut. And I was just having fun with this one. I have a little diamond punch. Diamonds are such a wonderful symbol. They're wealth. They're also, I guess, one of the strongest or the strongest gem, crystallized gem that we know of. So there are a lot of, it's all about strength and clarity and purity. I mean, the symbolism of a diamond is just wonderful. And let's not forget the whole wealth part of it and abundance. So I thought that would be a lovely symbol to pass on to you. So I tried copying these on my copier, and the ink just does not flow on the blue very well. So I'm going to have to take these down to Staples, which I will do later on today, and get them all copied for you. And I also wanted to show you, I found this, I made these a while ago. I made these sort of drawings of pendants. And these are 2 little cards that fit into, if you glue these on like a pocket, then you can put the card into there, or this card goes into there. So these are so pretty, and I've never used them in a journal before, and I just thought you might enjoy that. So I will take these down to Staples later on today and get them all copied up for you. Something happened in this Crackerbox journal, and I wanted to show you my way of dealing with it. So the cracker box is only this tall, and I wanted to put 8.5-inch paper in there, and I'm not quite sure how. So the depth of the cracker box is 7.25 inches, and I wanted to put 8.5-inch paper because I don't want to have to cut those papers that I showed you. And I didn't want to have to redesign like specially short paper. So I had to use the bottom flaps of the box, but that left these little holes. So what I've done in the past, and I had a good amount of luck with, it seems to hold up pretty well, is I just put a piece of cardstock right over the top. And I used double-sided tape because these cracker boxes are a little shiny, you know, on them. So I really wanted to make sure that it wasn't lumpy, and the 3-in-1 Fabri-Tac Fabri-Fix can sometimes be a little lumpy unless you smush it with your fingers, but then it's half dried by then. And anyway, and this double stick tape, I got it somewhere on Amazon. Really, I need to do that Amazon store for you. So I just used the tape and it worked out fine. So I'm going to put another card like this on the inside, and let me show you how I did that. So the other thing that's great about this double stick tape is you can get it right down to the bottom. And I know when I'm trying to trace glue, it does not work quite that perfectly. But I really wanted that bottom edge. That's going to be the bottom to hold tight. Even though I'm going to show you this today, my parents grew up in the Depression, and there's that old saying of use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. So I could have covered the entire space here with this tape, but I thought the top and the bottom really need to stick, and the middle just needs to not go anywhere. So I used some of the littler tape. Yeah, it's a child of the Depression people thing. Alright. So my arrow points this way. This is the machine cut edge of the paper, and these are all hand cut edges. And I wanted that straightness right across the bottom. Now I'm going to go over where the crease is with the back of my nail, make sure that's quite smushed in. Oh, I also wanted to tell you that the crease, can you see there's a little light difference there? The crease of the box is right there, and I've done this a couple times already, But I just took my bone folder and flattened that a little, which helps the box not have the tendency to bend so much. Okay, so now this is flat, and I have to train the blue paper because it is a little thicker here. But the acrylic painting paper that's going to be the front and back covers is really thick. So the thickness here isn't going to matter, I don't think, once I get all the front and back in. And if it does, I can always put something on the spine. So here is my pretty little box. Now, and I'm not going to do this right here because it's going to take a while because I want to do it right. But I think I'm going to cover, this is just blue masking tape. I'm going to cover from about here to here with the blue, a couple of widths of the blue masking tape. And then I think I'm going to give you a silver spine, I think. And because this is, by the way, this is like miracly fun. This is so incredible. Silver tape, they call it duct tape. This is Nashua brand, trusted tape products. Comes from Nashua Tape in Franklin, Kentucky. Anyway, what this is silver tape. It's actually like aluminum foil. You can get it at Home Depot or any of the... So you bring the tape towards you. The metal will tend to keep the curl, and the paper backing will start pulling away. That gives you a finger grab. So it's like metallic metal. It's tinfoil, and then it has a sticky back, and it has this shiny paper backing, so you can actually deal with it. So I think I would like to give you a silver. It's just a little classier, it seems, than the masking tape, but the masking tape, I'm a little worried that eventually it is metal, it might crack. And I wanted something pretty underneath rather than the matzo cracker bottle. But I like these crackers, so. All right, there is the cover. I had best get on with, so I've shown you the cover, and I've shown you the structure. I've shown you the blue papers and the signature papers. And now I want to show you what I have planned for the inside of the journal. There are going to be 3 parts. The front construction is going to be that I'm going to try to mimic Eva from Bohemian Crafting just a little bit, and I'm going to put in a sort of a lookbook. I sort of feel like there are 2 things that journals are great for. One is just a place to put a lot of our creativity, and so they end up being almost like picture books a little bit. They're just books that have fascinating, wonderful things to look at in them. So that's going to be the first section. And then the middle section is going to be these 2 signatures for writing in, which is the other thing that journals are traditionally used for, is just writing. And then the last section is going to be a little ephemera folder, and I will tuck in some yummy things that I may not have had the time or the inclination. Sometimes it's fun to put stuff in your own book. So I'm going to send this book off with a little collection of cards and tags and juicy little things and a note from me. Coming back. Forgot to bring this over. So I have this all carefully figured out somewhere. This is this color of cardstock is going to be the far left section, and here it is. Oh, the first score I'm going to make is a 1/2 inch. This is going to be the spine, the first layer of spine over here, and then we're going to go out to 6 inches. So this is my 5.5 inch section. And then I'm going to do just 1/4 inch, right. And I'm going to fold this all up for you so you see what I'm doing, but hold on a sec. This one is also going to have 1/2 inch. This is going to be the spine of the left-hand side of things. And then I'm going to go from, right, 5.5. So 1, 2, 3. I'm doing this backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, right, to 5 inches. That makes sense in my brain. And then we're going to do 1/4 inch. And now, let me show you. Why does this not look right? Oh, because this paper is not quite cut perfectly. That's interesting. So, I don't know if you can see this, but this spine is actually a little longer because these papers are longer than I thought. Anyway, this fold. It's going to go this way. And this is my little 1/4 inch. I don't really know how to tell you what I'm doing, or I would. So watch and all will be revealed. And now this is going to fold up in this direction. And this is going to fold to the back. Put some tape on this. I think this will actually work. I'm going to do this upside down. All right, so this is what I have imagined for your little lookbook flip section. This, I will stick this down in just a sec. And your section will go like this. So you'll open the book. You'll be able to flip open, and I'll have lots of interactive stuff going on here. Then we'll open the page. There'll be interactive stuff to play with and tags and cards. And then we'll turn the page and we can open, and there'll be more things to play with here. So there we go. Let's see if I can do this while I'm on camera. I have more paper if I mess it up, but I would rather not. Okay, here we go. You know what? I'm going to do it this way because I want this edge to match. I hope my head did not get in the way there. Here we go. Ta-da! So this will go in the book right here. We'll open it up, and there's the second set, and here is the third set. Ta-da! And the spacing is nicely done. That's all set. And then I'll put the two signatures and I'll sew them in. And then this last portion, oh, I have to stop. But I'm just going to put a 1/4 inch down the middle and fold it up. I have to stop because my beloved camera on my telephone tells me what I think I should do. And one of them is that it does not go very long. So my blessings for you today are, you know what? The pure fact of it is I love my imagination. When I sit down and really give myself to a proposition or a question or a set of decisions I need to make, when I really sit down and say, all right, like everything else has to go away because I really have to figure this out, I come up with some really beautiful stuff, you know? So, I wish for all of us that we have imaginations that thrill us. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.